All right, yo, Debbie. All right, I want to talk a little bit about Delphi. Uh, this keeps popping up in the feeds that I'm going through, and it's pretty damning. I mean, why was this even brought up in the case if there was nothing there to it? It seems kind of freaky, and it just keeps popping up. Why would this even, you know, we didn't know about this until just recently, right? A year or so, not even, about this whole thing with the uncle or whatever. And that is sitting on me like, what the heck? Uh, and it was so close to before the murders, which was shocking. But we'll go ahead and check this out. We're also going to check out one other video uh, on the Delphi case. So let me see if I can find. I got all these tabs open. Hold on a minute. All right, let's see here. All right, first, do we know if Richard Allen dropped a knife in the police station or a lighter? Now, I've gone back numerous times and looked at it. It sure does look bigger than a lighter, and it sounds metallic, right? It had some weight to it when it hit the ground. You can hear it. You can hear it hit the chair and make that metallic sound, and then it hits the floor and it makes a noise, right? Was that a knife? I mean, where was this interview, this interrogation done at? Was it at the police station? Surely you have to walk through a metal detector before you walk into a police station, right? You would think. You would think. But then again, who knows, right? They might have been swamped. They might not have used the police station or whatever. But there was also someone else in another chat that mentioned that. What was that fell out of his pocket when he was being investigated or interrogated? And it very well might have been a small box cutter knife, right? It might have been. Hello, Aries. Hello, Miss Debbie Fox. And then the other thing, which we're going to look here, let's bring that up real quick. This video of him dropping it in the interrogation. I'm going to turn the music down here. We're going to turn the volume up on this. We're going to blow this up. I'm going to put this in chat. Hold on a minute. Copy. Live. Paste. Paste in the description. Folks, make sure you check out that channel. Give props to the creator. All right, let's check this out. This is where he drops it.
Well, don't worry about it. Hon, huh?
You told me you weren't, so I just was.
No, I told you that I walked.
Okay.
I love you, baby. I don't know what they're trying to do, but
Now, to you guys, were you able to hear that, Debbie? Were you able to hear that? That sounded like it had some weight to it, right? Now, it could have been a lighter, metal lighter, right? But it did sound like it had a little bit of weight to it. So there was other people saying, "My God, look, was that a knife?" It could have been. If they, I don't know, did they? It could have been possibly. box cutter or whatever. Maybe he said he was at work or something. You want me to play it again, Sam? All right, hold on a minute. Let me back it up. I'm just having some tea here. Hot tea. Now, also, listen. His wife says, "You told me you weren't there." And he says, "I did tell you I was on the train." Let's listen to this here real quick. Oh, you'll see he drops the knife.
I didn't know you were on it. I'm sorry.
well, don't worry about it. Hon, huh?
You told me you weren't, so I just was.
No, I told you that I walked.
Okay.
I love you, baby. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I know that that's not what I told you. And I love you.
All right, were you able to hear that, Debbie? Hold on a minute. I got a message. Hold on. All right, were you able to hear that, Debbie? Were you able to hear it fall from his pocket, hit the chair, and then hit the floor? It looked bigger than a lighter, but it could have been a lighter. I'm not. It could have been. I was just questioning it because other people were saying that sounded like a knife falling out of his pocket, right? But it was more square, so I was thinking maybe one of them box cutters they use, them newer box cutters. But it could have been a lighter, a bigger lighter or something. Maybe I don't know. The other thing that is questioning me, if it was a knife, how did he get it past the police? Um, Zippo. You're saying it could have been a Zippo? Well, no, it was a lot bigger than that, Debbie. Let me slow it down. We might be able to get. It's longer. It's longer than a Zippo and thinner, much like a knife. But let's just play it again, Sam, one more time. We'll slow it down. Excuse me. All right, let's see if this works. Let me hit. All right, it's playing on slow motion. Can you hear me, Debbie? I can say it's a knife. I can't say it's a knife. All right, well, let's see. I got it on slow motion. It's going to fall out of his pocket. And then I'll pause it and we'll be able to see if it's a lighter or a knife. You can hear me, Aries? Thanks. Debbie said, yeah, you can hear me. All right. Let's see. I got it on real slow motion so we can see exactly what it is when it falls out of his pocket. All right, he's grabbing the side of his leg. This is where he's telling his wife, I did tell you I was there, remember? Remember? All right, here comes Sarah, I think. He's got his hand on his thigh. Should be here. Here it goes. All right, hold on. I got to split. He hears something. All right, oh, he's going. Let me. Oh, well. Oh, did you see that? That was pretty long, Debbie. Hold on a minute. Let me back it up. All right, hit forward. I'm going to stop it when it does it again. I got it on double 3 times smooth. Daddy. Oh, then. All right, here it comes. It's going to fall out. I've been watching too much Robin Williams. Hold on, I'll click. Oh, there. Hold on, there it goes. All right, hold on. I'm going to click it right when he moves his foot and goes to grab for it right there. Stop. Do you see it, Debbie, on the ground? Switchblade. It could be, or a flip blade. Not necessarily a. It's definitely long. It's not a Zippo lighter like the one I got here, Debbie. Like this one. You know, one of the bigger ones. It's real thin and long. It possibly could be a lighter. Debbie said no. It could be. It sounded like it had some weight to it. Now, it also could have been one of them butane metal lighters, one of them blowtorch lighters, possibly. But it's definitely got weight. All right. Can you guys see this as I'm doing it, or does the screen go black? Yes, I'd say it's a knife. Aries, you might be right. Or like a box cutter, where it kind of slides out. A razor blade slides out the end. Or it could be a knife, a flip out knife, or a stitch blade, like Debbie said. Maybe it's a stitch blade. Or no, that was Aries that said switchblade. Could be. But here's the thing. Why did he take it to the interrogation? If it was a knife, what was he planning on doing if he had to? I mean, if he was he planning, if I have to, I might have to, I have to, he'll have to go Rambo on him, right? Why would he bring a knife to an interrogation? Yeah, but Debbie, you're going to be questioned at the police station for a double murder. You bring a knife with you. I mean, I know you're crazy, woman, but that crazy? You bring a knife with you to the interrogation? It must be one of the metal lighters, Debbie. One of them real big, long lighters, maybe. I don't. Maybe it is a knife. All right. The other thing. Let me see what my chat said. You might forgot, or he might have forgot it in his front pocket. Yeah, you're right. He might have forgot it was in there. Well, that's all his wife needed to see. Yeah, that might have freaked her out. If that was a knife and it fell on the ground, that might have been a sign from God saying, "Here you go. There it is. Right there's the weapon." I mean, good God, could it be that crazy? Could it be the evil right in front of our face? Why would he bring a knife to interrogation? That right there, and then it falls out in front of his wife. Oh my God! Oh my God! Can we do? Can you do a movie just on Richard Allen if it is him? Which there's a lot of evidence now. That's he's one of them. Right? Just on him. Oh, this would be a creepy scene. Would it or would it not? He's being interrogated with his wife. She don't know nothing. You told me you weren't there. You weren't on the bridge. You weren't. Right? Because I think if you slow this down and you listen to it, well, don't slow it down, but turn the volume way up on your surround sound system. Uh, I think she says, you told me you weren't there that day. And he said, yes, I did. Don't you remember? I told you I was on the trail. And then she said, they said you were on the bridge too. I told you I went out to that first thing. So what's he doing? Coaching her? I don't know. Maybe. Grooming her? I don't know. Maybe she didn't know. That's why she's hysterical right now. Maybe she just thought it wasn't him because he said it. I wasn't there. But would this be a good part in the movie? His wife's right there in the interrogation room with him, and a knife falls out of his pocket. I'd be like, oh my God. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, Miss Rebecca Ann. All right, now another thing that's bothering me is this thing that's been going around on YouTube, about the uncle Cody in the situation 2 days before the murder, of what he was posting to one of his friends, which is, I can't, it's damning. That's why did this even, why did they bring it up in these videos? If it didn't, they must have looked into this. Surely they must have looked into it. But let's check a little bit of this video out. I mean, it's creepy because it's just, and we're looking, there ain't no lyrics, right? I was like, well, maybe it is rap lyrics, but not you. Nowadays, I don't know. That people are like them ain't lyrics. That's something. But then he said he was joking around. So let's take a look at that. And let's watch this. Which this is, I don't know. Maybe there was, people said the reddish brownish hair, curly, and I don't know. Maybe it's creepy. That was not us saying that on this channel. That was the witnesses and the sketches and the witnesses said maybe reddish brown hair. Yeah, I don't know. It's so crazy. I need C-rams, probably a couple there, maybe small division. I'm not sure. Definitely AirVac, Air Mobile. Um, let me get this going. Let's watch this. This is freaky. Why would they? Why would this even come up during this? Is I don't know, but it's just pretty crazy. Let's watch it. I've showed it before, but it keeps coming back around, and it's almost like something they're saying. It's kind of crazy.
Education supervisor. Transferred. Please wait on the line.
Location's Hoven. Yes, what's the DOC number?